Now he was lying in his room, and the girl talks to him and says that he is imprisoned in one place, which comes to Peter to talk as soon as possible. And when his parents' work is over with Peter, they will kill him and put Peter in. On this, he says that those people are not like that. On this, she says that she has killed someone before, and if she wants, she can check in the garden. And on digging, Peter finds a skeleton, about which the girl tells that a child came to his house for a Halloween trick-and-treat, from which he asked for help. But the parents caught her in advance so that she could not get help from outside, and we understand where the child who went missing years ago was gone. In fact, he was killed and buried here. Peter now calls Miss Divine for help, and he was afraid of his own parents. But Carol stops him and gets angry at him, who comes to know about the Hall of the Wall, and now she is very scared and gets upset and speaks about what that girl said to Peter. And now Peter will be responsible for whatever goes wrong, and we don't understand that if Carol and Mark will. Now she talks to Mark, who explains to her, and then the girl from behind the wall talks to Peter and says that she has heard the parents talking that they are going to kill them. And now Peter has to do something. Well, now Peter, Mark, and Carol are having dinner when Mark feels something strange, and he notices some strange taste in the soup, and also sees that Peter was not eating anything. And he asks Peter what he did. On this, he says that they hurt his sister, and now Mark understands the whole matter, and then he starts vomiting blood because Peter had mixed poison inside the food. At the behest of that girl, now Carol starts catching Peter with a knife, but Peter pushes her down, and she is also killed due to poison. But the shocking thing here is that Peter's mother did not pick up the knife to kill him, but to save him, because now Peter removes the wall clock after hearing the girl's voice, and opens the secret room. So now the girl, who was still full of innocence and was talking innocently, she suddenly starts laughing like a monster, and she was also looking exactly like a monster, due to which Peter runs to his room and hides. Now a coincidence is that we can see Bran, who had come with some of his friends to take his revenge on Peter. But there was already a monster roaming here who traps the three of them one by one in his treat and then brutally kills them. It tears someone's body and sometimes uproots someone's head. Peter was hiding in his room here and trying to escape. That monster now finishes them one by one, and she was able to walk upside down on the wall and on the roof and looked even more terrifying. Just then we see Miss Devon, who found out about Peter and is coming to his house to help him. Here we can see Peter hiding under the bed where the monster was sitting on top of the bed, who tells his story. And friends, now the real cards of this movie open here. So she was actually Mark and Carol's first child, but was born weird. Her body was like that of a monster. To hide it from the world, they started keeping it in a pit, and probably they knew that she was also aggressive, who could kill people. So they must have taken this decision, and years ago they killed that girl. In fact, the teddy bear that was inside the pit was also of this. Well, till now she has been imprisoned here, and she learned to walk on the wall and made herself strong, and planned how she would seduce Peter in her talk and make him do everything and get out, which was finally completed. That is, inside this monster child there were killer intings from the beginning. That is, there is no soul here, but there is a person who was cornered in this way. She was kept in such a place, then there she adopted and made herself strong in such a way that she can do such things. Now it happens that this girl locks Peter inside the secret room here, and by then Miss Devon comes there, whom Peter starts calling from behind the walls and breaks the wall and takes him out. But she catches them both and attacks Devon by putting Peter in the pit. But Peter starts coming up by grabbing her hair, and now with the help of Miss Devon throws her in the pit and locks it, and we can understand in these scenes that she actually hates Peter because she is perfect and she herself looks like a monster. And for this love she was longing since childhood, which Peter was getting. That is, technically and biologically she was his sister, but she used to hate him very much because the love that was part of her was getting Peter here, and she was also a witness to this thing. That is, she used to hear all the things, see all the things, and this was the reason that Peter's parents used to worry very much for him, because they knew that they had hidden a very deep secret here. That is, years ago, a girl who came here for tricks and treats was lost. So she was not lost. What happened was that she must have come here, and this girl who was a master must have killed her. Due to this, Peter's parents had to bury him here and suppress this secret so that he does not get caught in this thing. Since then, he must have locked this girl Sarah there inside the basement. Due to this, he could not come out for this thing, Peter's mother Corolla was repeatedly hating him not to let him come out, which simply meant that do not take out Sarah because her nature was very violent and dangerous. Well, now she tells Peter that no matter where he goes, she will not leave him. The work that is left incomplete will be completed, meaning she will eliminate Peter anytime, and we can also see the scared Peter in some scenes ahead, behind which we can see Sarah, his evil monster sister who could come to eliminate him anytime, and here we can also notice that Miss Divine had adopted Peter kind of lap here. But the threat of death was always going to remain on Peter. And this movie ends here. So friends, this channel needs your support very much. If you really liked the video, do not forget to subscribe.